This story is interesting not only because of the technology that goes into it, but just by coincidence, it happens to bear the same name as the company from the previous story. HeatWorks has at long last opened pre-orders for the Tetra. This one is a countertop dishwasher the company unveiled to some fanfare back at CES 2018. Since the Tetra doesn't require any plumbing to speak of, the only thing you need to connect it to is an electrical outlet. The appliance has a 3-liter tank you fill with water manually, and once the cycle is complete, you disconnect the gray water tank and pour out the used water. The dishwasher can wash and dry 3 plate settings worth of dishes per load. On the surface, it might seem wasteful compared with cleaning those plates, cups, and utensils manually, not to mention the counter space the machine will hog. However, HeatWorks claims that the machine requires less water than hand washing and rinsing the dishes. There are several settings, including a fruit one for washing produce. In addition, the dishwasher uses recyclable cartridges with concentrated detergent in an attempt to reduce waste. Now, the Tetra also requires less power than a standard dishwasher, according to the company. To heat up the water, this is the awesome part of the tech. HeatWorks uses ohmic array technology. The Tetra takes a microwave-style approach to heating water rather than harnessing traditional metal elements. It uses graphite electrodes and advanced electronic controls to excite natural minerals in the water to allow the Tetra to efficiently heat water and maintain precise temperature control, according to HeatWorks. Basically what it means is instead of using an element to heat the water like a metal coil, the element you're using is actually the water. While there are other countertop dishwashers that don't need a plumbing connection, the Tetra has a smaller water tank than many of its rivals. The Tetra will typically cost $499, but HeatWorks is offering a $100 discount to those who lock in a pre-order right now. The detergent cartridges will cost around $6 each, and they should be good for 20 loads depending on the setting and load capacity. HeatWorks expects to start shipping the Tetra by May 18th, 2022, which is no Dirty Dishes Day. Again, just coincidentally. I've been looking forward to a product from this company that I have not seen mentioned since CES 2018, but it is a fascinating product. It's just a water pitcher. It's a simple water pitcher called the Duo that can give you warm water or cold water just by pouring it through the lid, it looks like. So they're using the same type of technology, but you can precisely set the temperature and pour your water out of a pitcher filled with cold water, and it will come out at exactly the right temperature for your tea or coffee or whatever you like. That is the product I'm looking forward to. It's going to be in the sub $200 range, and we're hoping that they're going to release that soon as well. They also have a home hot water heater that can heat the hot water for your entire home, works off of the same technology. It's much more efficient than your water tanks, and it's a pretty good price too. I suggest you check it all out on HeatWorks' website. Like me, I'm sure you've seen Disney's Star Wars Galactic Starcruiser Hotel, one of the newest attractions from Star Wars and Disney. It promises fans the most immersive experience ever, and it's going to launch sometime in 2022. Well, we're getting pricing details now, and it's not going to be cheap. The entertainment giant has revealed details and prices for the Star Wars adventure, including the fact that it will cost 2 guests in a standard cabin at least $4,800 for a 2-night voyage. Suites will obviously cost more, though visitors will pay less per person the more people there are within their group. Disney describes the experience as part live immersive theater, part themed environment, part culinary extravaganza, and part real-life role-playing game. According to the Galactic Starcruiser's official page, the guest's journey will begin at the Walt Disney World Resort Terminal, where they'll board a launch pad and rendezvous rendezvous with the Halcyon. Once inside, guests will encounter story moments wherein they'll play a real-life choose-your-own-adventure type of game where they can decide how their story will unfold. They can, for instance, choose to follow the First Order, or join the Resistance, choose to join a smuggling ring, or to aid a stowaway. They can interact with familiar characters who will serve as NPCs and take lightsaber lessons to take on foes. Participants can also go on missions if they want to delve deeper into their story. According to Comic Book, each trip on the Star Cruiser will be one of a kind, so those who can afford more to go on more than once could enjoy unique experiences over and over. It sounds awesome and fantastic, and if you're a true Star Wars fan, then $4,800 for 2 nights in a hotel is absolutely nothing. What this has proven to me is that I am much more of a Star Trek fan. In a brand new video, you can watch Ingenuity make its highest and most complex flight to date, which took the autonomous craft over an area known as Raised Ridges. During this trip, its 10th flight, Ingenuity covered a distance of 310 feet. Combined with the distances traveled throughout all of its 10 flights, Ingenuity has now flown more than 1 mile on the Red Planet. This flight was the most complex of all Ingenuity flights to date, that's according to NASA, and saw the helicopter perform multiple maneuvers while passing through 10 distinct waypoints. As part of this flight, Ingenuity was sent to explore Raised Ridges. It's a rocky area in the Jezero crater south of the landing site of the agency's Perseverance rover, which carried Ingenuity to the Red Planet back on February 18th. The visuals obtained during the flight might help guide the rover in a future exploration of the Raised Ridges, which scientists find intriguing. According to NASA, no more info was given on that. Ingenuity, originally designed to perform only 4 flights, first lifted off in April. Since then, it has been gradually increasing the duration and complexity of its trips. With the latest flight, it took 165 seconds, which is nearly as long as the craft's longest flight so far. Ingenuity is now parked at its 7th Martian airfield as mission scientists continue to examine telemetry and images from the flight. The Perseverance mission, designed to search for traces of life on the Red Planet and prepare samples of soil for a future return to Earth, well, didn't quite pick up the proper soil samples on its first try, but they're going to give it another go. And we'll see what comes of that. Of course, this entire mission lifted off from Cape Canaveral a little over 1 year ago on July 30th, 2020.